Thank you.
Thank you. Mike Katz, Jewish Labour Movement, a founding affiliate of this Labour Party, more than 2,000 members and growing strong. Over the past couple of years, the JLM has been challenging increasing incidents of anti-Semitism in the party and urging the party to equip itself properly for this fight. We've had the Royal Report, the Chakrabarti Report and codes of conduct, and indeed our rule change. And I'll just add that it's great to see Shami Chakrabarti, our fantastic Shadow Attorney General, has joined us for this debate, because conference she's played a vital role in making sure that this text that the NEC is proposing is fit for purpose. Conference, last year from this podium, I told the NEC that it was wrong not to adopt JLM's rule change immediately, so we could take proper action against all bigotry in the party, including anti-Semitism. And now, after these 2 years or so of campaigning, I am pleased to see both the spirit and the purpose of our rule change is going to be adopted by the NEC unanimously and has been backed by our leader, Jeremy Corbyn. Conference, the spirit of our rule change is that it is outrageous that there is nothing in the rulebook that explicitly making bullying, discrimination and harassment of all minorities an offence. You want to support another party? We are out. If you want to engage in hate speech, well, it's not so clear. And for the party whose values embody tolerance and diversity, which from the Equal Pay Act and the Equality Act has always been in the vanguard of equality, and for a party that is more member-led than ever, that's just wrong. And so finally, this rule change the NEC is proposing puts it right. And the purpose of our rule change was to close off a loophole, a cop-out clause, which says holding a sincerely held belief makes hate speech okay. Come on, conference. Is it really okay for a member to say they've got a sincerely held belief that women are inferior to men or that the Holocaust didn't happen? No, of course not. And we want to see anybody saying that kicked out on their ear. And following Jeremy's clear leadership, this rule change is something the whole party, like the NEC, can unite behind, showing that we have, from the very top of the party down, zero tolerance for anti-Semitism, for Islamophobia, for racism, for homophobia, for misogyny, for any hate. So I'm back, JLM's back, a year later to see the job finished. And since then, what an incredible year we've had. A bigger party than ever, an amazing general election result, where we gained so many Labour MPs, thanks to Jeremy's leadership and our excellent manifesto. I stood in Hendon, the second most Jewish seat in the country. Despite coming close, we weren't able to get rid of the hard Brexiteer Tory MP. I know that many of the 24,000 or so people who voted Labour in Hendon were Jewish. But I'd be lying if I said my team and I didn't have plenty of difficult conversations on the doorstep with concerned Jewish voters who had always backed Labour in the past but weren't sure now. Conference, we need to win seats like Hendon and Finchley and Golders Green and Chipping Barnet and Harrow East and seats across North London and around the country if we want to rid this country of this awful Tory government. So repairing the once strong relationship between our party and the Jewish community, where we share so many shared values, is a political imperative as well as a moral one. This rule change is about so much more than just anti-Semitism. It will give us the power to put a stop to the misogyny, the homophobia, the racism that can creep into our party. Speaking up against bullying and bigotry, that is our tradition, conference. Those are our values. And I want to be able to show the country that those values endure and they are important today as they ever were. And that is why Jeremy Corbyn supports it. I've not got much time left, but I do want to address something very clearly. Some people say we're trying to weaponise anti-Semitism. Some people say we're trying to stifle criticism of Israel. Let's be clear. There is nothing wrong about legitimate criticism of the Israeli government or illegal settlements. Conference, JLM members do it all the time. often in strident debate, because as we say, when you have Jews, you have at least 3 opinions. But you don't need to use anti-Semitic language and stereotypes to engage in that debate, and that's what we need to deal with. So, conference. I know my time is coming up, but I want to say, conference, now it's over to you. Let's put aside talk of witch hunts and weaponising anti-Semitism, of internal politicking and paranoia. Let's pass this rule change, put our house in order, and get on with the job of taking this fight to this woeful, incompetent government that's wrecking our schools, our NHS and our economy. And that is why I am pleased to tell you that after this 2-year campaign, JLM is remitting a constitutional amendment and urging conference to adopt the NEC's words so we can send a clear message out on bullying and bigotry in our party. We want to see it, the vast majority of members want to see it, Jeremy Corbyn wants to see it, so let's help Jeremy fight discrimination today and pass the NEC's rule change. I remit.
Thank you. Thank you. Could I